New frame.
No, I just have it. I have it here showing it.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Ready, set, race. Ready, race. Ready, race.
This is our 4.5-inch FCR dirt late model A main. They're running a 30,000 motor. This is the chassis that they're running.
I saw it just.
Ready, race. Ready, race.
That one was you. I gotta go back forward. I didn't get my lap. It was a gentle tap. Make it in. At right front pry up already.
Ready, race.
Yellow has to go back.
Yeah, just watch it. Ready, race.
Gotta catch the cars in the air.
You just wash your
Ready,
hands.
race. Ready, race. Ready,
This
race.
is slot car racing. We're running 4.5-inch FCR dirt late models. They look like
Thanks for
this.
the help. Thank you for too long.
This is the chassis that we're running.
Ready, race. Don't be just a blip. Ready, race.
Oh, all right, that was a short blip. All right, so how they stay. So they're running on the track. There's a groove in the track, and you put the guide, this piece down here, you put that down in to the track, and then there's metal wires on each side of the groove in the track, and that makes connection with the metal, what we call the braids, on the car, and that's what gives it the power to the motor, which is in here, which is underneath the body. Actually, but yeah, 4.5-inch FCR dirt late model class is what we're running right now. We got a 30,000 RPM motor. Looks like this.
I was gonna say one of those. I've taken them both together. The one's like a one and the other was a
1 minute.
Showing it off.
What about the frame? Yeah, the frame.
Yeah, I'm showing off.
Let me know. A bendable frame?
Well, there's a whole car here, so I've just been showing off the whole car. But yeah, there's...
Before they erase them.
Whatever you know,
I know. Yeah, before they get obliterated. What causes them to fall off the track? Several different things. Typically overdriving, so not lifting enough to enter the turn. That's usually the most common reason why they come off the track. And when that happens, they usually just deslot, so they're just hanging out on the top. But what usually happens then is another car comes in and blasts them, which sometimes shoots the car actually off the track, like on the carpet. Flying projectiles occasionally.
7, 6, 5.
They're fast little
4,
suckers.
3, 2, 1.
Why is my brightness changing?
Yellow's gonna come that way.
Ready, race.
Oh, almost got him.
Ready, race.
Just look at driver's row.
It happens.
Ask Dennis. Ready, race. Ready, race.
That is correct. The inside lane is the lane where they have to go slower. However, they do have to run in all of the different lanes to complete a race. They rotate through each lane. And they add the laps from each lane together, and the one with the most total laps wins. So they are guaranteed to run at least 8 different segments because there are 8 lanes on the track. Yep, usually you make up your laps down there in red, but then by the time you work your way to the outside lane, then you're, getting past. So it's give and take. It all works out. Everybody has to run this. And circumstance certainly plays in as well.
Hey Dennis, next what you need to do is Charles chips.
No, we got the next one ready.
Ready,
Well,
race.
not ready, but.
In the works. That was pretty cool.
I practiced that.
Self-marshaling.
360.
Car came
I
out.
barrel rolled it and landed right back.
Put itself back in.
Ready, race.
They tried. It was going.
It was going for it again.
Ready, race.
Me and Red just don't get along.
Well, you and a lot of others too.
Ready, race.
That's the motivation to put the ball in.
Alright, end of segment. They're rotating lanes. So now they're switching to the next lane.
That car's got some roll to it.
Yeah,
You let off that
red or
thing
white.
roll is big time, man. Free.
Gotta be on your best, man. There's nobody on the inside of you. Really have it all for yourself.
This is a for fun race. We're not racing for money. It's a $10 entry. There is a points series associated with it. Stand on it, lettering, but that's only at the end of the series. So for the individual race, no, there's not money on the line. They are switching lanes, and then they will start racing again. They've got 1 minute left.
Kevin always keeps you right on the edge.
And this is what they're racing here. It's a 4.5 inch FCR dirt late model, 30,000 RPM motor
Like, I'm here.
is by number of laps, yes. That's correct. So they get to switch through each of the lanes, so they have to run at least 8 different segments, and then the computer keeps track of all their laps for each segment and totals them together at the end, and whoever has the most laps at the end. Thankfully, the computer keeps track of all of that.
But they're important.
It also lets them know what their best lap time is as well.
Car marshals, 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, 3.
Some of the controllers have a brake option or a brake setting, so when they lift, it kind of controls the amount of
Ready?
brake that it gets. Yep, these are 1/24th scale. This is about model body size. The 4.5-inch chassis,
Race.
like this. Yeah, I switched to my other phone to try to record, and it seems to be doing a better job. So I don't know what was going on with my lives before, but it seems to be fixed. This is also the A main here.
Ready? Race.
The only problem with this phone is it's doing that where it changes the amount of brightness. Yep, this is the A main. These cars, I believe we determined, are going about 40 miles an hour. Ooh, pile up. Collect them all in the corner.
Ready? Race.
Yes, if the race was won just on the one lane alone, then yes, the inside lane would have an advantage. However, they do have to run through each of the lanes to complete the race. There are other tracks here. This is the oval. We have a corner climb in the other room, and there is an 8th mile. There's an 8th mile drag strip behind me here. All right, I'll show you those tracks here, since they're on caution. Oh, they're on rotating lanes here. Take the camera. Let's go for a walk. All right, got a corner climb over here. 8 lane. We just put her up a couple weeks ago. We ran the Flexi LMP class over here before the late models on the oval. And then come back this way. Along the back here is the 8th mile drag strip. There's the spot where it shuts down. We wander past everyone here. It's got a tree and all.
Can you grab me $10 stickers?
I did. It's yeah. It doesn't do that.
1 minute.
Ooh, chassis.
And there is a slot car pull track as well. Something new to play with. Going on. Something different, you know. Alright.
Tire setup, because remember, as the track gets dirty, you're going to rotate the inside. 30! Flip-flop a big hub to the inside.
Okay.
20.
I'll set your tickets right here, Chris.
I don't know about Florida.
Drivers ready, marshal.
9.
We're in Pennsylvania.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sometimes there's still some tracks around.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, race.
Yeah, 8th mile is based off of the 24th scale.
That one's on the back.
I mean, realistically, you could certainly run a 30-second. People run the womps and things on it as well, but
Ready?
it
Race.
would be longer than that.
Ready? Race. Ready? Race. Ready?
Blue and back.
Ready? Race.
I don't personally know of any tracks that are in Georgia. What is making them crash?
Yeah, go back, go back.
Themselves.
Slowing down.
They're not
Ready?
lifting soon enough.
Race.
That's purely user error.
Or they're passing.
Or circumstances
or they're
passing in the
on
wrong
On
spots.
the in and not on the out. They're
They
going
do
in.
have
Ready?
throttle
Race.
control. It's on their controllers there that they have.
They are able to lift.
Yeah, they can lift.
Ready? Race.
Carlos like, how do we determine the winner? The computer keeps track of the laps. So each driver rotates through and runs each lane for a minute and a half. And then they total them all. And the most laps wins. Crashing in the same spot, same guy. Yep, that happens. Sometimes cars bent. Sometimes it's just drivers working on something. Sometimes it's just being newer. Or just losing your car. Sometimes you just, lose where your car is at. You can be watching it and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, that's not my car. Especially if there's two of the similar color car on the track. It happens. Yes, parts are tiny. that is definitely true.
I'll say roll, but go ahead. I'll say roll.
Where in Harrisburg are we? We are across from the Arugas on Route 22 in the Blue Mountain Business Complex, where the Stouts gun shop used to be. Here's a slot car. Pretty simple. I don't have a whole lot going on. Tiny, tiny parts.
Joe, what to do if he's whooping your ass right now?
Yeah, of course. Stop by and see us sometime. We're open to the public. We're closed Mondays and Wednesdays, but we're open in the evenings during the week and are open on the weekends. They are switching lanes right now. That's part of what makes it fair. That way, each driver, they do have to slow down for the turns. Yes. Cool, come on out sometime. We're 10 minutes away. Come out and hang out, even if you don't want to try it right away, but we usually have extra cars. What do I look like? Well, it's not particularly relevant to the content that I'm trying to create at the moment. I've walked in front of the camera several times tonight.
40 seconds. Well,
I want to run my ass off.
30.
Oh, that guy.
They are rotating lanes. They got 15 seconds to get back to their spot. Run, Chris, run!
I learned the last couple days.
This is not a terribly expensive hobby. It's kind of as expensive as you want it to be. What they're running right now, the FCR Dirt late models, complete cars, about 130. Controllers usually more expensive, but you can get cheaper controllers as well. Depends on how fancy you want to go. Upside down.
Usually like $500 here.
Yeah, like $500 to get you like completely started.
race.
With a box, a soldering iron, all the works.
It's so hard to
It could be, yeah, and it can certainly be more. Obviously, you can upgrade on certain things, but just for like a basic starter situation.
Ready, race.
It's not terribly expensive, and it's also less risk of financial or physical harm. In the very outside lane, they do have to slow down. So, because if they hit the outside wall there, it unsettles the car. And it generally makes them pop out. How do you know who's winning? I can't currently see it, but on the inside of the track there is, oh, there's a computer screen.
Yellow forward.
So the computer keeps track of their laps, and then they switch lanes. So a minute and a half for each lane, and then it totals their laps at the end. So after they run through all 8 lanes, the total amount of laps, which is the best lane. Most people prefer the middle, somewhere in the middle, the orange, the blue. Some people like a challenge and prefer like the inside or the outside lanes, but
Yep.
right in.
Looks like. Feel the body.
Ready, race.
we're actually not in a basement. We're on the second floor of the business complex. We do have tracks that are not so ovally. We have a corner climb in the other room. This is a race for points.
Ready, race.
Typically we race for fun, but this is a point series race. This is not Fortnite. This is real life. These are slot cars with the motor with the brushes. Let me take this back. I'm not even sure whose car this is, but I'm just going to take it apart. It's been sitting here, so. Ooh, in the infield, so we got some time here.
That car's got to come back, Dan.
Yeah, I gotta come back.
This is an FCR chassis with the dirt late model body.
Yes.
30,000 K motor. We call it the dirt late model class. We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We should get in-track cam. That'd be cool. Yeah, in-track cameras would be neat. Any HO tracks? Not currently, but possibly in the future. It's definitely been talked about. And what does the winner in the series get? They get, I believe they get a car. There is a Formula One style car. There's an F1 Indy class. Think there was such a thing. Yep, slot car racing is coming back. Used to be popular back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Do the cars have racing names? Yeah, there's an F1 Indy class. This is the FCR Dirt Late Model class, but we do have an F1 Indy chassis and class. We live that. I like that. Any NASCAR buddies? Yes, actually, we have a NASCAR for this particular class. We have a NASCAR buddy, and it's sitting right here. It's not painted, but FCR 4.5-inch NASCAR body. So how many laps are there? Depends on how fast they're going, but typically 300 or so for a race. 330-ish for a race. They're running minute-and-a-half segments, and they get to race each lane. The computer keeps track of their laps, and it totals them at the end. Super 16D. We're running 30K stomps. Super 16Ds are a little bit more powerful. More people would be coming off the track. We tried putting 50Ks on, and the results were not great. There was a lot of off-the-track situations. We're afraid to put, holes in the wall. Got to keep it contained somewhat. Yeah, and that's the thing. We're open to the public. We have new people coming in all the time, so we're trying to keep it at a level where anyone can just jump in and start at any point.
I like the heat. They are good. I like the heat ones with the red sauce.
Yeah. How do you win? You stay on the track as much as you possibly can and go as fast as physically possible. Again, without coming out or becoming a pileup on matter of circumstance. But yeah, the computer keeps track of all the laps. It's in the center there, that screen that's got all the colors. Are there crash penalties? Not for what we're doing. We're mostly just having fun. What's it smell like? Surprisingly, it doesn't smell like the electrical smell like it used to as much.
Ready? Race.
High as well. If you're just joining us, this is the FCR Dirt Late Model slot cars. These are 1/24 scale. It's about the size of a model, like a plastic model. This is what they're racing right now.
Ready? Race.
They do rotate through the lanes, so anyone on the inside
Ready? Race.
will or has already run the outside. Any truck style? Yes, we have NAS trucks as well.
Ready?
Actually,
race.
I will. How many more? Oh, there's still a minute. Yep.
Blue, white, orange, black.
Ready?
We do have a NAS truck body for the Flexi class. There's not a whole lot of rubber smell from the tires, or I just don't notice it. If it is womps, we have womps. We do have womps here. Quite a lot of womps. Just not racing them right now. They are a fun little car. Do they automatically stop when they go off the track? No. When somebody yells out track, the race director up in the booth there pushes a button, turns the track off, so that way nobody loses a finger. Tuna. Nobody's using tuna. Not here, at least. And info. How can get set up? Yes, kids do need
Ready? Break.
Both of them want to come back, Dan. Make sure.
My body's on now.
The body's
They would just start flapping around coming around that turn.
It's bad. That shit's bad.
Ready? Race. No, that ain't yet. Yeah.
Alright, what are we talking about? Do we have a figure 8? Yeah, the tires do not smell like fish. Do we have a figure 8? Yes, but it's not set up currently.
Ready? Race.
There are young people and older people alike. There are quite a few people in their 30s as well. Do they control the cars? Yes. Their controllers are that they're disconnecting and reconnecting. Control the cars. They get to have throttle control, sensitivity braking. Where is this place? We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What is this? This is 1/24 scale slot car racing. So electric vehicles, kind of like the ones that kids used to play with. These are just bigger. Where are we at here? Does the inside car have less traveling distance? Yes, it does. But they do rotate through each lane to complete a race. So it doesn't really matter. What motor group? These are 30,000 RPM motors. Respect for actually answering the questions when I can.
1 minute.
I've been here, yes, we've had the Boy Scouts here. Awesome. Always fun when you get a big group of kids here. And if you have been here before, then what you do not know now, watch out, John, is there's a corner climb. There's a new track. It's a green track over there. There's a corner climb instead of the red track right now. The red track is currently over there against the wall until we get another unit. But let's see here. Troop 77 representing here. Flexis. These are FCR dirt late models. We do have flexi cars that we run on the corner climb track. Do the cars need to be set up for different tracks? Sometimes. Some people will offset the cars for the oval track. Really be a Tesla track. We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It is a hobby that's super underrated because it requires a lot of physics knowledge.
Ready? Great.
No Group 7 racing currently. We only have 25,000 and 30,000 motors typically. These are toy cars. This is a fun way to blow off steam after a long week at work. Tires are different too. Yep, you can change the setup.
No, you can't.
Do we have any HO scale? Not here. Not currently, but it has been discussed. Who's got the biggest box set up in the pits?
But he can start his.
Well, Chuck's not here today, but it'd be Chuck. Why do controller has to be set up? Yes, they do have controllers. They can set up different adjustments. Why do they keep stopping? Because the cars come out, and they need to put them back in, or to change lanes.
We're changing lanes now.
No, they're not. It's paused. Yep, they're on a red flag. All right. Oops. Let's see here.
Everybody gets a 3-minute.
2 minutes.
Yep. Let's see how fast the cars go. They're going about 40 miles an hour. Just wing cars racing. Wing cars are fun. They're super quick. Where are we? We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are right off of Route 22, across from the Arugos. Here's what the racing. FCR dirt late model. 30,000 motor. Here's the guide flag that keeps it in the groove. The braids are what give it power from the track. Now somebody estimated they were doing 35, 40 miles an hour. I don't know. I didn't do the math. Currently they are not going any miles an hour. Let's see here. To limit the power, we typically keep it at the 12 volts. We don't tend to play with it. Every once in a while we will turn it down. If there's like a really large group of inexperienced people, we may turn it down a little bit, but not a lot. So that typically doesn't make the cars happy. Die cast metal frame. Yes. These are brass, or you can get nickel ones as well, but this one's brass. How much for the car? The complete car, they're usually, yeah, it's basically an oversized Womp. This is 4.5-inch chassis. Womps look a lot like this, but smaller. Here's the motor of the car. 30,000. Where was that here? Sorry, guys. Rival battles, sometimes racing for points, fun. Carrera, no, these are something totally different. Now they're rolling. How much do they cost? They're about 130 total. Open gearing, no, they are limited on the pinion. They're, what's the pinion wheel? 11? 9. The limit is 9 for pinion. Rear gear's open.
Yellow kid.
Can you design some that steer? People have talked about it, but I don't know if it's been successful. What material? They are foam rubber. I go looking up an info, of course. Yep, send me a message and I will get back to you. Do you race them? Do I personally race them? Yes. I don't tend to race the oval. It gives me vertigo, so I man the camera. But corner climb I play with. Depending on the class, you don't even want the front tires to touch track. Correct. How much does it cost to race? This class being part of a point series is $10 to race. And that includes all 8 segments. How big is the new track? The green one, corner climb? Give me a minute and I'll show you here. They have 13 more seconds if they can run this out, and then I will wander over to the green track to the corner climb. I think it says 8 seconds. Yes, they can go fast around the inside, but they also have to go through the other lanes as well to complete a race. Oh, got someone dead in the black, so taking their 3 minutes probably. Alright. Okay, here we go. There's the corner climb in all of its beautiful glory. Just got this in here 3 weeks ago, I'd say. Not long. Replaces the red track that was here. The red track's actually on the other side. It will be, but we do have a WOMP class. Is there cash prize? There is a prize at the end for the point series, but for a typical race, no. We don't typically race for points. But yeah, this is a really cool track. I like this one. I'm still trying to figure out all the little intricacies of where exactly to lift, because when you come down that big hill, you get a lot of speed to come into this really pinched turn. Yeah, no, she's a tricky little sucker. Of course. Drag strip. Do people race for pink slips? Well, considering these aren't real cars, they don't have actual pink slips, but yeah, I'm sure people have put their car up for bet, but we don't really get in any of that. Does it come down to aerodynamics? It can. A lot of times it comes down to driver error with throttle control. Yeah, no. You can always come out and play. Never too old, never too young. There are kids that come out and play. Well, we are close to Hershey Park, so if you're ever in the Hershey area,
middle of everything. So
feel free to stop out and join
You can see the guide flags this way.
Am I the only one who's camera tilted? It is tilted. That would be the tripod.
And if you keep it straight,
Apologies.
upside down.
I tried to make it a little more up and down, but just was not having it.
Ready? Brakes. And the heat.
So the drivers decide how fast. Yes, the drivers technically decide how fast they go based on how hard they hit the throttle.
See how sweet that is? Oh, the tickler.
Their laps are being counted by the computer system. Tracks all that information. Yes, DeFalco's are actually the go-to, typically, right now. Should be one that I could have.
That shit's expensive. Well, the guy gets 6 pack down.
Alright guys, this is my controller.
1 minute.
That one's cool.
DeValco adjustments.
Last one, ladies and gentlemen.
So, yes, they do have to lift. When they lift, there's brake. There's a brake adjustment on here. That's what this one is. This is brake up here. This is sensitivity. So as to like how quickly the car reads what the track's doing, so and what your throttle is doing. So yes, there are fancy dancy controllers. There's also plain Jane. Just pull the throttle. Sometimes the adjustments help. And you cannot just hold the throttle wide open, you would just come right out. Smack into the wall.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break.
Let's go.
Ready? Race.
Still got that.
There we go.
Still got a nice curl too.
Is inner lane the better one? You do have to go slower, lots more lifting,
Ready? Race.
but they do have to run through each lane to complete the race. So it doesn't really matter which lane you like the best, you have to do them all. Bending cars.
Ready? Race.
Okay, he's in. Okay.
Ready? Race.
Taking bets, no running for points. Points and fun.
Ready?
Doesn't matter.
Race.
Bragging rights.
Okay.
Now he goes forward.
Yeah, forward.
Forward.
Start line.
Ready? Race.
Check the braids.
Well, they're figuring that out. This is what they're running. FCR Dirt Late model.
Everybody hooked up right?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's like everybody's hooked up.
Nice and simple. The inside lane is faster. Yes, the inside lane is faster. But they do have to run through all the lanes to complete the race, so it doesn't really matter.
Ready?
Hang on.
How would I make one of these? We build them. We can build them here. You have any womps you can show? Not in my box, but let me go steal one from Chris's. Hold on.
Power slide and surge and drop.
What, did you lose power?
It was like going slow.
Here's one. I knew Chris had one. Does everyone have the same model car, or there are a few different body types they can choose from, but it's gotta be the Dirt Late model style for the size car.
But it's like, well,
What is the cost associated? To buy the FCR Dirt Late model car, these complete are about 130.
if it's taking that long, it probably was short now.
Let's see. What does WOMP mean? WOMP is it's a 1/32 car. It's like this. This is the difference in the size. They look kind of funny next to each other. They're very similar, like pan style, but
Okay, everybody ready? Ready, set, race.
kudos on the front brace. Yep, that's Chris. What about the controller? 130 is complete.
Ready, race.
I mean, just to give you guys an idea, the pan, just the chassis itself is 30.
We may end up having a situation with Brian's car. That's true.
Probably the extra one.
Do we have a wing class? We do not. 130 for the car. Now for like the Womps are about 70
Ready, race.
to put together. They're a little bit cheaper. These are slot cars. The controllers are actually usually the expensive part of the equation. How much do they charge to race? This is a series race, so it is, or points race, so it is $10 a class. Generally, our racing is $5 class. So. They are made of brass, actually.
Ready, race.
They were not wireless. They are connected. They have alligator clips. The controllers have clips that connect to the track. How do we know who won? Well, let's go see. Alright. Let me make my way over that way.
Dean's in 8.
I'm gonna sneak by you here. Let's see. Roy won with 418 laps, followed by Dean with 412, Chris with 410, Joe with 404, Ryan with 400, and so on.
3.6.
How fast do they go? They are doing 1.6 second lap times around the inside lane. Whatever that translates to. I would have to do a lot of math for that. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the actual length of the track is, so I can't do the math.
Dennis, 391.
Everyone says congrats to Roy. Yes.
Liz, 386.
It's because I wore the shirt. No. Actually, it's just you just showed up. That's just what happens. You show up and everybody else is like, oh no, gotta settle for second or worse.
Alright, you're clear to take cars.